Okay guys, you're welcome back to my channel as a graphics here. So we'll be creating this particular flyer. We created in Pixellab. The element will be in the description of this video. Do to check it out. Subscribe to my channel, or I won't be making any video again. Please subscribe. Let's just hit 1000 in time. Okay, now let's get this over with. So the first thing is I'll be bringing a shape. So I want to make this side just something like this. Okay, so I'll come to gradients. So this first part, I'll give it, don't worry, let me just decrease it like this. So that part, so you can see it's still like a touch. Okay, I'll keep it like this. Alright, so we have this. So the next thing is perspective. Enable. Now you actually want to make use of your grid when you're working with something like this. Okay, so it's just going to help you position. Now this position is like this. Okay, so I'll just position this one here. Okay, so this other guy. Okay, let's just stick with this. Just try to achieve something. I guess we've gotten something, right? Okay, so I think the next thing is, let's just convert this into an image. So we'll bring in a shape, reduce the opacity, then we'll just merge the two of them. Okay, so I can now stretch this out. Now the reason I converted it to an image is I won't be able to flip it. If I come here to flip, I won't be able to flip it. Now I can now flip this one, but if it's still in a shape form, I won't be able to flip. So just duplicate it, come here. You can try it out. Should have shown you that before I actually go straight to this one. But let's just continue. Let me come to here, use native position. Yeah, so come here also. Native position. Okay, so okay, let's just put this guy here. So the next thing is I'll bring in a shape, a different shape now this time. So we can just position this one here. So I'm thinking of, let's just make use of, this color. Let's just make use of the yellow. Okay, so let's send this to the back. Now seeing the way it's reflecting, I just send it there. So we can just lock this. Okay, so the next thing I'll bring in is a new shape. So I will bring in, should we not, let's make use of this. Now this time I will come here and I'll flip it like this. Okay, so I will come to perspective. Okay, so let's keep this here. It's actually give me like a bit of an headache. So now this is where the job is. But let me just, maybe I'll stretch this part a bit. Okay, so we'll just work with this. Come to perspective to stretch this side. Okay, so we'll send this to the back. Then I'll just lock this. Alright, so you see we're making progress. We just copy this. Come to, now you can see when we created the shape, see I can flip it. So when I flip it, it's just like the dark side just flipped. So the next thing is either I just turn it like this with my hand, come to rotation, and just this rotation will work here. Just flip it the other way around. So that's how you can work with that guy. Now I don't want to start playing with, you can see this thing is not straight, so I can just send this here. So I will move it. Okay, so let's bring this guy here. Okay, so it's a very good problem. Now the main job just lies in trying to get this particular element to fit. That's where the tax is. You can see perspective. Okay, so we flip this here, flip this here, we flip this here, we flip this here, take this guy here. So we spent about 9 minutes. I think he's making progress, right? Okay, so now, so what do we do? So I'll just come, I think the best thing is come here, just, no, I actually tampered with the rotation the other time. So I can now just reset the rotation. So let's just work with this. You can see the house the box is not appearing to be straight. So should we just come here and work on this? Probably you have to do that yourself, because I'm actually tired of okay. Okay, so okay, so let's just keep this. Right, I'm not liking this. Let me just position this. Yeah, I want the now I'll work with this. So the next thing is I'll just bring in my burger. I'll move this to the front. I'll make it visible. So I just position it like this. Come and see the size, about 55, rotate it 55. So make use of 50. Okay, so position it like this. Let's increase the size a bit. Now you can see the boxes are like they are all checked. Let me just lock it this. Let me just still come here and come to this one. When I reduce the saturation, see we're actually working on the one at the dark. So when I increase the contrast, reduce my brightness a bit, and so it's not actually affecting because it's just a color. It's a single color. Let me just give it 15 and 10. Let's leave this. So that's the last one. Then this should be 10. So this other guy, it's quite visible anyway, so this is not necessary. Assuming it doesn't, you can just looking at the image you can tell they are being surrounded by so we'll do the same thing to this. Okay, so you can see, I think it's quite visible now. It's obvious. Okay, so we'll keep this here. I just keep it like this. So I'll come here and lock this guy. So the next thing, now that I've locked it, I'll come to draw. I'll increase my blur, increase my paint size, come to this guy here and reduce the blur. just draw something like this. Okay, so I'll reduce the opacity. Let's make it like this, 19. So I'll copy this, just flip it here, around here. I can just adjust this and put it like this to reduce the size. Still stretch it like that, right? So we'll position it like that. So this is okay. So if we got into this part, means we are just I'm done with this tutorial. Just saw something which I really need you to work on. Okay, so for the first thing is this extra shadow I put beside the burger is of no use. Please don't put it. When I was stopping this video, when I'm about to put it, so it's of no use. Please don't put it, because when you put like something between walls, the shadow is going to appear just under that thing. Then right after under the thing, you see that the environment is going to be bright. I can see it's not bright here, so don't put it. It's no use. Then the other thing, I forgot to add smoke, so I couldn't get the smoke. I've gotten the smoke, so this is how you can just position it somewhere around here. Okay, so you can still just copy it. Maybe you reduce the size and just put it somewhere around here and send it to all the way to the back of this other burger. Then you can just reduce probably the opacity a bit. Alright, so that's everything I just have to tell you. So we have this. So the next thing we'll be doing is, let's just now can see we're having, it's just giving us this shadow vibe that it is resting on something. And okay, let's just make those sides a bit dark, just as if the thing is actually reflecting on something. I'll come to draw, we'll reduce the blur, increase the pen size. It's too much. Okay, let's increase the blur. Okay, so we'll just come here and reduce this opacity. We don't want this to be too much. Just another sense of as if, though yes, it is really dark, but meanwhile our main shadow will be just this element. So okay, so that's all for this part. This is just me, or I just feel. No, let's just go ahead with this. Let's see the first design I made before. So it's just the same thing. Let's just go ahead with it. So the next thing is just come and lock everything, merge them together. So then I'll lock it. So I'll copy this, then I'll flip this other way around. I'll reduce the size, so I'll position it somewhere around here with a new size. It's now reduced. We'll send it to the back of this other guy. Okay, so we have it here. Should we just add a bit of this other guy too? Let's just make sure their uniform 15. Just 15 and 1 saturation. Or 1. Let's just add 2 saturation. Okay, so we have this guy here. So the next thing is just come here and lock them, and the next I'll be bringing in my drinks. So I'll come to drink, I already have my drink brought in, so I'll just come to my layer, bring it this guy here. So bring it to the front, do the size. You can just choose to increase it like this. Alright, so we have this, and okay, let's come here and just add, reduce this size like this. Okay, so about 15, right? Now, okay, so I'll come to draw this, reduce this, don't just tap on this. Okay, so just position this guy here. Then okay, now it's now appearing to be like a shadow on the cup, like a shadow under my cup. Okay, so I'll lock this. Right, actually not resting on a wall, so doesn't mean I should just apply any shadow to it. Let's just keep that over. So I'll come to my bring in any okay, so I'll come to padding, give it 10 each. So just flip it like this, come to alignment, make it center, come to font, then use script font, then use okay, let's use Shelling. That's just the script font that is closed around instead of me searching for. Like definitely I'll change this color because of contrast. The contrast is poor, so I'll change this color to, let me change it to red type. I think it's quite visible. So which of this guy here? Okay, for the background. Now I want to make this background a bit dark. Now I think it's okay now for the background to be dark. So for this particular text, okay, let's see if I add white to it. No, let me just use red. Okay, so we have this. So the next thing is just bringing another text. burger. Okay, so I'll change this to 1 terabyte extra bold. Then I'll come to padding. Let's just use 8. Then I'll come to let me just make it italics. No. Let's make it a bold. Then shadow. Raise the opacity. The blur radius. Reduce. Okay, let's just keep this guy here. Okay, so we have our burger, spicy. Let me just copy this. Spicy. Okay, and I can use. Let's just stick with the font we made use of. For this style, I'll make it italics. Then I'll change the color to red. So just make it like this. Okay, so we'll keep this here. Then I don't think that shadow is necessary for there. So we have this spicy burger. It's in a box, so we can just save our project. Now, okay, in case you don't know my mid size, this is 2744 by 3000. You would have seen it when you start the design. 2744 by 3000. Okay, so the next thing I'll go straight to is Snapseed. So okay, this is Snapseed. So I just bring in my design, come to this. I want to touch, definitely want to touch my sharpen. Now if I bring in this, you can see it's too much. And actually reducing the structure is not that bad. But let's set it at 25. Okay, you can see before and after. Just brought out some of their details. So we'll come to this guy here. Let's tamper with the black parts. Let me add saturation to it. Should I tamper? No. Let's just leave the ambience. Okay, so let's just keep it. Now the white parts. So I want to touch the white parts. The highlight is, let's just keep it like this. It's okay like this. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be tampering with the curve adjustment layer. So I used one of these presets. Came here and I chose one of these presets. You can come and play with some of this preset faded. So I used darken. So it darkens the design a bit. So I think more or less that's everything. Okay, if there's any other thing I feel I've not added, let me reduce this tie strength. Or do you want to add? Let me reduce this tie strength, please, for this grainy, noisy feel. When I actually did mine, I didn't add this noisy feel there. So it has just added some structure to design. Is there any other thing? The lineage, the escape, tonal contrast. Let me go further. Let me protect it. Okay, so the midtones. Low tones. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to tonal contrast. Okay, so I'll just keep this like this, before and after. Alright, so I will just gladly export, save my image. So we are done. Let's see how many minutes. 34 minutes. Okay, we'll see. Now, you see, I may not actually want to go with this. I'll still want to go to view edits. Now, I'll also add that tonal contrast. Now, the reason was you can see my shadows. Yeah, when I click back on it wasn't. So I may not want to go with it. So I'll just stick with this one. So that's all for this tutorial. Subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Peace out.